Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode of In the Club presents At the Club. If you haven't done so, please do consider subscribing to the page, leave a like, comment, and ding that bell for notifications. At the Club is, of course, brought to you by Class4Kids.
ClassForKids is an industry-leading booking and management software designed for kids' activity clubs. We work with 250,000 monthly users around the world to help them save time on admin and organise their business. If you'd like to learn more, click on the link in the description below.
On this episode, we have a tremendous guest, Jolly Jess herself from Showtime Circus. Jess talks to us a little bit about what Showtime Circus is and what it takes to be a member of Showtime. Jess, Showtime Circus, you've been on the In the Club podcast before. We've seen you at events, you've visited the studio. So for anybody who's listening right now, the small minority of people who don't know what Showtime Circus is, could you explain for us briefly what it is?
Of course. So Showtime Circus is a circus school that is now a franchise, and we teach other people how to run their very own circus school that teaches children from the ages of 3 right the way up to adults. You can even do baby classes as well, so stay and play classes and stuff as well. And it teaches them aerial hoops, silks, trapeze, juggling, stilt walking, hula hooping, basically everything that to do with circus, acrobatics, literally everything we teach you. Has to teach.
Nice. So on that kind of front, I don't know if there is an average day, but would you say an average day looks like at Showtime Circus or at one of your franchisees?
So you would go to the studio. Well, I guess you'd spend your morning doing some admin things, but luckily Class4Kids makes that nice and smooth and easy for us. And then you would head into the classroom and set up your equipment. So whether you've got your mobile rigs that you're going to set up, or whether you're rigged in your studio, you would go there and set up. And then if some people run classes all day, so some people will literally run the stay and play sessions for the babies. Then they'll do like a home educational class for children who are home educated. They're really popular in the circus community and the home education community. Then they would do some of us run a BTEC course in the day as well, and then it gets to after school club time where you do your popcorns, which is age 3 to 5, your big tops, which is age 6 to 9, and your high flyers, which is age 10 plus. And then some go on to then teach adult classes on top of that as well, or teenagers classes, etc. as well. So you would get out your aerial equipment, get out your ground-based equipment, get your teachers to come along as well, and off you would run your whole day if you wanted of circus activities.
Nice. It is. We can see how busy you are just by the Can You Dance stall we saw you at a few weeks ago. It was absolutely packed, mobbed the entire weekend. I don't know how you did it. I don't know how you guys kept up the energy. So is that you had said you're at these events all the time. So the past kind of 6 months, what does it look like? How have you been like managing for the past 6 months, and what do you think the next 6 months look like with Showtime?
Yeah. The past 6 months has been honestly a complete dream. I only got my first franchisee in March. They were trained and started classes in March. So this first 6 months has definitely been learning all about that. So it's learning how to manage those franchisees, getting our name out there at these huge events, which has been amazing as well. So that we've been busy, HQ have been busy doing that. So we've been busy doing these massive events like Can You Dance and Move It and all of this, getting our name out there, whilst also working behind the scenes to make sure that our syllabus is in place, all of our franchise things are in place in our ops manual, and also working with our heads of houses to come up with, so we've got heads of skills, so head of silks, head of hoop, head of acro, etc., to add their videos in so that every franchisee owner has access to awesome videos that they can learn and pass on to their children. Doing our franchise training, so we've already run a few sessions of that. We've got another one coming up in December. So it's been a very different 6 months for me, because I've been so used to being the teacher, going up and teaching every single night, whereas I've stepped back these past 6 months to really make sure that the foundations are really solid, to run the franchise and also to get the name out there and promote it. So yeah, it's been a really whirlwind 6 months. I imagine the next 6 months will be exactly the same, of getting our name out there, doing awesome events. We've got there now with our foundations and our apps manual, really proud of that. So it's more about recruiting more people to come and join the craziness of the circus.
Nice. So, what is it do you think you look for in potential like people to join the circus as far as teachers goes, or as far as franchises go, or people to come in? Do you have like a certain sort of what does it look like? What is a person? Is there an ideal person, or is it just a
Yeah, you definitely need to be a little bit crazy. Little bit, for sure. I'm sorry. So yeah, you definitely have to be a bit crazy, and you need to be a good business mind. So you need to have a good business mind on you to run these classes. Obviously, we are there to help every single step of the way, but yeah, somebody with a good sort of a growth mindset, I would say. So somebody, am I still here? Yes, somebody that can definitely see some growth in it, etc.
nice?
There we go.
Yeah, yeah, I had you in order for a bit, but that's fine. That's fine. So
Sorry.
no, 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 it's absolutely fine. That's what these things happen in the world of digital. I'm kinda I wasn't, office based for the whole COVID thing, so I'm completely new to video calls. I'm just like, whatever happens, happens." So,
Yeah, sorry.
don't worry about it. So, moving away, like, kinda if you could go back and, like, give your 18-year-old self one piece of advice, what do you think it would be? Would it
Oh
be
my goodness. My 18-year-old self. So make the most of every single opportunity that you get. I definitely did, but do you know what? Actually, genuinely, my advice: write everything down. I wish on all of my jobs, I've travelled the world doing circus and dance, and I wish I'd kept like a travel journal of where I've been, who I, memories and things, because they do. I have the memories, and I've got pictures and videos to remind me, but I would have loved, I really, really wish that I kept a travel journal. So I'd say 18-year-old self, definitely keep yourself a travel journal. And then, yeah, make the most of every single opportunity. And then, yeah, dive into everything head first. I wouldn't change anything, I don't think.
Keeping writing down like a kind of diary or a travel journal is a very, very good advice. I would say. That's not what I was
Yeah.
expecting you to say. I don't know what I was expecting you to say, but that wasn't it. I don't think I've had very many people that would say, yeah, write stuff down. But it is definitely good advice. So coming the circus and like Showtime Circus and that sort of business is quite unique across the board, I would say. So what do you think, if there are any, would you say is like the kind of biggest misconception about working in the kind of circus and with those types of performers and performances?
I think the biggest thing is that, oh, that's circus, that's not for me. It's like, oh, that's just for circus folk. I think, yeah, I think everyone is welcome at the circus, whether you are wanting to be an elite performer or whether you just want to come and have fun. And I think circus is, either seen as Cirque du Soleil, incredible, shiny, phenomenal, or people in the community who run like small sessions. So I think it is sort of connecting those dots, and I think that's what Showtime's aim is to do, is to connect dance and circus for sure. That's one of my huge aims, but also to realize that you can be anywhere on that sliding scale, from a tiny circus school in a school hall with you grungy circus performers, right the way up to the shiny sparkly Cirque du Soleil. And we're sort of in that middle, trying to get people to know that there is a middle
Yeah,
ground. And yeah, we sort of, I feel like we put circus into a really sparkly and very accessible box for people.
definitely. From what we can see at the at the events like the Kenya dances, you can definitely see it's maybe not something that somebody would go there and think that they would enjoy, but then when they see the apparatus set up and they see everybody else getting involved and like, oh, actually, yeah, can I give that a
Yeah,
go? So that's yeah,
exactly. Yeah,
nice.
yeah.
So last thing from me, and this is a bit of a curveball. I'm kind of putting you on the spot right now because I couldn't think of another question.
Okay.
Is there what is the one question that you would like to be asked, and how would you answer it?
I'm going to cheat here because I did another podcast the other day and she asked me a very similar question. So I'm going to use the same one. But I loved the book, The Big Leap. I don't know if you've read it. And he talks about living in your zone of genius. And I just feel like when everything aligns, and nothing feels like a real struggle, that means it's aligned to you. And then you start living in your zone of genius. So my question would be for somebody to say, what's in your zone of genius and how do you live that life? And then that's what you want to strive for, because obviously if everything's aligned, then financially money will come to you. And I think some people strive more for the money and struggle because it's not quite aligned the path they're taking, or they strive, whereas if everything comes into alignment, then you are living that zone of genius. And that's where, yeah, you love your job and you're making money from it. And and you feel like it's your purpose, and that you're delivering. Like, my why is making children happy and feel like they've got somewhere they can be themselves, and I'm now aligned to doing that in a way that lets me live lets me have a job from it, and
Yeah.
yeah, and a sense of purpose, and I really enjoy it too. So yeah, that would be my question.
Nice. That's an incredible answer. That's great answers to all my questions. I hope every episode is as smooth as this. But that's all I've got for you. That do you have anything? Do you want to plug anything? Do you want to let us know where you can find Showtime Circus or franchisees, socials, all that stuff?
Yeah, of course. Come and find us on Instagram's my favourite, which is Showtime_Circus. There's loads of us now. Every franchisee has their own page, so we're the main one with the underscore in between Showtime and Circus. Then on our website is all of the information about the franchise. You can add it to your dance school or gymnastics club if you already have one. We have what's called a bolt-on package that you can add on, or you can start straight from scratch and build it from the ground up if you don't already have one. So there's like a full franchise package and what we call a bolt-on half franchise package if you've already got a dance or gymnastics school. So yeah, just chat to me about both of those. And we've got training coming up in December and again in February. So loads of opportunity to come and join the circus.
So that's it for this episode. Please do remember to like, share, subscribe, ding that bell for notifications, and I will see you back next Tuesday for another episode. Cheers.